Good morning, welcome to this first video blog. My name's Tom. You can find me on YouTube as TomTomSGC, Twitter at TheRealTomTom, also tomble.blogspot.com, where you can also see my reviews, which I've sort of videoed or also type up if I ever get around to doing them. Also, you can see my wonderful Movember moustache from November back in 2010. So it's January 2011. And I thought I would start with a classic game sort of most people of my generation will know as The Secret of Monkey Island. It's at the moment it's downloadable for 800 Microsoft points on the Xbox Live Arcade, and I absolutely love it. It's a classic game I liked as a kid. I had a friend who first had it on the PC. I think I then got it on the Amiga, Commodore Amiga. No, the Amiga 500, that's it. Crikey, it's going back a while. So yeah, I had it on the Amiga 500. It's a fantastic game. It's a very well developed story. It's very funny. It's got genuine humour in there. It's very well written. It's a linear game with non-linear aspects. So like, for instance, like the Wikipedia page says, the first part is you have the 3 tasks, and you have to find the idol of many hands, beat the swords master, and find the secret treasure from Melee Island. Now, you can do them in any order. So, yes, you have to do that first section of the game before you can progress, and there's only sort of a finite number of areas on the island you can actually explore. But you don't have. You can do all the bits of the challenges as and when you do, as and when you find them, or just as you remember. I had trouble. I did what I thought I had to do, and I knew bits that I had to do from when I played it when I was a kid. But I got to a point where I got stuck and cheated, used the internet, used a walkthrough, which obviously is much easier nowadays than it ever used to be. And you kind of get frustrated that I only forgot that one little thing, I forgot to pick up that pot, which meant I then couldn't do this. And it does interconnect, that if you forget one small thing, you'll miss out on the next few bits of the story, although you may be able to get to the areas to use them. So it's definitely a game that, while being fantastic, is also frustrating as hell. Just because if you forget something, that's it, you're kind of screwed. But then I think that's the idea. It's the way games used to. Unlike games nowadays like Call of Duty, which is exceptionally linear. It's a great game, but you run, shoot, get a bit of story. Run, shoot, get a bit of story, and the games these days are very, very short. So I think to make games harder, they used to do puzzles like this, where it really was very thoughtful. You had to kind of explore every avenue within the sort of the almost open world map that they gave you to do it. So I'm still currently, I've just done the first 3 challenges. I'm now getting my crew together to rescue the governor of Melee Island. The one defining memory I have of the game is when you're on Monkey Island and you keep getting locked in the hut by the sort of the village people, and they appear to be, very backwards, like shack type places. But each time you escape, they put on a bigger and bigger door. It's just little comedy bits like that I really remember about the game and thought was fantastic. So that's why I decided to buy it, because up until now I've only ever bought sort of downloadable content. So like the map packs or some of the tracks from Forza and stuff like that. I've never actually bought an arcade game. This is my first one, and I don't regret spending the Microsoft points for it, because I think it's absolutely fantastic. The graphics have been updated, it's all now in HD, but at any point you can press the select button and go back to how the original game was. It's exactly the same. So you've got both versions, and I think if you do it at the beginning, you get an Xbox Unlock achievement, which is like 5 points for going old school. It's little things like that as well, even in the new game, where you can play it just how you remember it with all the text commands. And although the new one all has the text commands, it's now also got voiceover acting as well, rather than just the text on screen. So it's definitely a progression. Graphics, you can't really fault them. They've updated the artwork. It's perfect, and still yet holds that same charm that the original one had. It's not been overglossed, it's not been changed too much. The story is exactly the same, all that is updated is the graphics, and people might think, well, that's a bit of a cheat, but I think it's fantastic because you also have all the new ones that they've developed, and you've also got the second Monkey Island on that Xbox Live Arcade, and on the PC there's loads of mini stories as well, which are a very big thing at the moment. And again, they're constantly developing new storylines and new bits for the game, so it's not really a problem that this one was just exactly the same as the first. I think it's probably the best way they could have done it. So for me, I think this is a fantastic game, definitely worth the 800 Microsoft points. And I'm not sure whether it's available on PlayStation Network as well, definitely available on the PC. What can I say other than go and buy it? It gets full marks from me. I'm not going to actually score stuff. I could get very flaky with some bits, but I'll just say that it's definitely worth the spend, and it's definitely one of the games that I think everyone should have at least said they tried to play. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's just glossing over my youth and loving the game. Maybe it's not as much as I think it is, but damn it, I don't care. I love it. You should love it. Go and buy it now.